All right, y'all. I'm back again with another video, and man, I gotta tell you, a lot of Lonzo talk right now. Part of that probably got to do with LeVar. Other part of that probably got to do with the trade deadline. Other part got to do with probably the Clippers' um, public acknowledgement that they're trying to pursue Lonzo. A lot of Lonzo talk today. Um, really, the last 2 days, which is good. Let's get his name out there. But a lot of the media pundits don't know what the fuck they talking about in regards to him, and most of the NBA fans don't either. You know, we got people talking about his free throw rate. The guy's shooting 77%. You know, and the arguments are stupid shit. Like you remember when he was shooting 41%, and people were like, "Well, he can't shoot free throws. He can't hit free throws." Now he's shooting 77%, and it's like, "Oh, well, he's only taking one a game, right?" Well, my thing is this. You motherfuckers didn't say, "Oh, he's taking one a game" when he had 41%. You just said he's a bad free throw shooter. So I need you motherfuckers to pick a side and stick to it. Damn Skippy. It can't be both. You can't on one hand say the man is a bad free throw shooter. He's only taking one, actually less than one a game. He's a bad free throw shooter. The minute he shoot good, well, he's only taking one. Pick a side, nigga. It's stupid shit that's getting on my fucking nerves, man. You know, people still saying, "Oh, he don't have an offensive game." Look, his offensive game may not be elite, but it's getting better. He's trending up in all the necessary categories, okay? And with this season, he knows what he's got to work on this offseason, so he'll be even better next year, especially after his contract. And depending on what team gets him, they're going to get a ton of value for him because he's starting to pull it together. And next year, he's probably going to put it all together, and he's probably going to outplay his next contract, if I'm being honest. If I'm Rich Paul, I say, look, you're doing a shorter term deal so they don't get the bulk of your value into your prime. You do like a 2 year deal with an option, player option. You decline the player option, and then you say you're 26, you're in the height of your powers, you're in your prime. You go get your supermax contract. That's what I would do if I was Rich Paul. Um, that's how I would guide him. But anyway, let's not dig off too much into that. Look, man, let's have a conversation. And I posted this shit on my Twitter last night because this guy got into an argument with me, and he wanted to post a lot of damn it nigga stats that he, I don't know, whatever. And if y'all don't know who damn it nigga is, y'all can go search through my tweet history. It rhymes with a certain Pale's block boy. That's all I'm gonna say. And as I told the guy, look, this guy's blocked. I don't see none of his shit. I don't care about anything he has to say. Here's my thing, y'all. I like stats. That's why we tell people to post this motherfucking stats. But stats without context is meaningless. I don't get why people want to constantly put up numbers, right? And so the argument we're having, me and this guy, was on Zion Williamson. We was talking about defense, and as I've always said, not Lonzo. Zion is going to struggle with teams that have big front courts for obvious reasons. He wants to post the 61% and his, points per game. Look, he also wanted to talk about, well, and he's like, well, here's the game he did this good. This game he ain't good. Look, all that stuff is fine. That you could go and show that. But here's the thing, right? And this is the question I'm going to ask. What matters more? The field goal percentage overall and what they got for the game points per game, or the difference in field goal percentage from what they normally would have? So what I'm saying is, if Zion is 61%, what matters more here? if he plays a team and he scores 47% on average against them, which is less than his overall average, or the fact that he got 47% compared to the rest of the league. Think about this, and I'm going to say it again in case you're lost. He's shooting 61%, and I'm making up the other numbers to, make an example. This guy couldn't process this shit last night, which is why I said, fuck, you know what, I'm watching game, fuck you. But what matters more? We know that his baseline is 61. Does it matter that against certain teams, and I'm making this up, he would average 47% from the field? Does the 47% matter in context to his original number, or does it matter in context to the rest of the league? Let's say that the rest of the league averages 45%. Does his 47% against this team mean he's still shooting a very effective percentage, or does it mean that the team did their job on him defensively? See, when people post numbers, I need context. I need critical information context. Because here's my thing, right? If you tell me a guy is shooting 61% and then his numbers come down, even if he's shooting 52% after that, if his numbers come down 9%, that tells me that their defense had an effect on him. He can't get his 61%. Now, 52% for the game in general might be good. If you go, you might say, oh, well, 52% is still good. Yeah, but what is the tangible effect of that defense played on that person? Which matters more, the bigger number here or the differentiation from his original number? So when people have these arguments, these stat arguments, I don't give a damn that you can post numbers. I can go find numbers to support shit too. A lot of times I don't feel like it. I'm lazy. Okay, what I'm looking at is a combination of eye test and logic and stats. I put it all together. And so sometimes it's not as clear cut and dry. You want to just put stats in my face. Okay, and give me the context. Okay, well, he's finishing at the rim at 42%. Okay, so let me ask you something. What is his go-to move to get to the rack? Can you tell me that? Okay, is there any technical misgrievances or problems with what they're doing? So you're quoting 42% shooting from something that he may not be technically sound at, that he could go improve on in the offseason. I don't give a shit that he's shooting a 42% in context. Tell me everything. Tell me all of it. If he's shooting 42% and maybe he's jumping off the wrong leg and all they got to do is train him in the offseason to jump off the right leg and it will bump him up to like 47%, well then guess what? I don't give a damn that he's fucking missing the free throws or he's at 42%. Just get him in the fucking offseason and train his ass up. Player development. We got to stop debating stupid shit. We got to stop wasting time debating stuff without context. I don't give a damn about just the numbers. I don't give a damn about just the eye test. I don't give a damn about just the logic. I need all the parts. They all make it worthwhile. They all represent something. But if you're going to sit here and just talk about, well, he's shooting 52%, I don't give a shit. What was he shooting before then? Oh, they dropped him 9%. Guess what? They play good defense. My point still stands. Or do you care only about the significance of the number? And again, 52% comparative to the league is still really fucking good. I'm not going to say it's not. But compared to the standard that he is it good? No. It's just like when Zion has a game and he's like 11 of 21. You'll say, that wasn't a good game for his standard. Exactly. Why? Because they play better defense. If he would go from being 16 of 21 to 11 of 21, guess what? You played good defense. You affected this man's ability to score. Yes, he struggled more than he normally would. Duh. Maybe it's not dumb. Maybe I'm just this super brainy person who thinks on a whole different stratosphere and everybody else is beneath me. I don't want to think that. I don't believe I'm that way. I'm humble. I like to think that everybody is either smarter than me or as smart as me. I don't want to say people are stupid. But every day I find people that I want to sit and say, God damn it, you are fucking stupid. I don't give a shit. He can shoot 100% from the field. If somebody drop his ass to 80%, somebody plays some damn defense somewhere. Someone forced him to struggle more than he normally would. You might say, yeah, I will take that 80% to the bank. I'm pretty sure 99% of people would. But I'm interested to know what the defense was that was played that affected him because we're on to something. Maybe certain parts of the defense may need to be tweaked with certain personnel and parts that will affect how you play the person. And maybe instead of 80% now, maybe it goes down to 63. Well, look at that. Something's been figured out. But we don't know because you just want to put the numbers in your face. If someone says, okay, the league is shooting bad at mid-range, okay, why are they shooting bad at mid-range? What is the quality of mid-range shots today compared to, say, when mid-ranges were much more improved? Okay, we get the people are shooting threes and we understand why they're shooting threes, but are the mid-range players of today on par with the mid-range players that played back in the day? If you were to take an old school mid range player, do you think they would be just as good as they were back then in today's league? You might say, well, they missed out on the point. My thing is, there's no such thing as missing out on the point. If you go up there, you get the easier shot, you take the fucking easier shot. If someone is contesting you from three, I don't care what you say. That is a worse shot than if you're in the mid range and you're open. No points is not better than 2 points. I don't care where the 2 points are on the court. If the motherfucker can sit there right in front of the 3-point line and he can make that shot all day, then fuck it, make that shot all day. Especially if they run you off the 3-point line, sit there, take them 2 points. We'll take it all day. I don't know a single coach today, even the coaches that preach, running and gunning, that would sit there and say, if you can hit a shot 100% from right there in the 2-point range, don't take it. I mean 100%. If you can sit here right in front of the perimeter and make a shot 100%, I don't think there's a single coach alive that would say don't ever not take that shot. Now, what they might want to say, well, shit, if he can shoot 100% from there, maybe we can get him back to the three. They might work you to try to see if you get back to three. But if they know if you're missing and that's that's what it is, hey, man, you shoot that motherfucker every day. You get right there, you find him, give him the ball, and make sure he fire that thing off. I need context, people. People need to stop just posting numbers. I don't give a fuck about the numbers itself in general. Someone could go post this stat line 48, 15, and 11. If they don't tell you that the guy shot 40 shots to get to it, then you're going to sit there and think somebody had an amazing freaking game. But if the team loses, let's say the game is 110 to 109. If you sit there and this guy puts up a 40-point triple-double, but he was incredibly inefficient, you could sit there, look at that and say, well, we could have got better shots. We maybe could have got better looks from the other team members. Why did we allow this guy to go, say, 12 or 40, when we could have maybe dropped his number down to like 20 and maybe got some better shots overall and maybe got some 5 or 13s or something like that from some of our other guys, and we might have had a better chance of winning this game or we might have blew him out. I don't know. These are the questions that I ask. These are the things that go through my head. I don't give a damn about your meaningless fucking stats by themselves. And don't sit here and try to give me a stat with another stat. I don't give a damn that you're going to give me a stat with another stat. I need context without the stats. Show me on the film what the issue is, along with the stats. Okay, Zion Williamson likes to go left, and so the defense is now playing him to the left. Zion is shooting 52% going to his left. But Zion Williamson is shooting 75% going to the right. Why? Well, nobody's on the right side, so now he's just using his right arm. But his right arm is weaker. If you sit there, he might shoot 37% when he's guarded by somebody. That actually matters. If you sit there and you think like, well, damn, if you put a body on his right, he's shooting 37%. Okay, cool. But without that, he can make that easy. That tells me something. Okay, so what's the issue with Zion here? Is it that he's just not technically sound on that side of his? It could be a number of different things. And I'm using Zion. We could talk about any other person in the league. I really don't give a shit. Yes, Lonzo is shooting better from three than like someone like Trae Young. But Trae Young can shoot off the dribble better. Period. Okay? And I would have to wonder, and I don't watch Trae Young like that, but I've seen him play from time to time. I'd have to wonder, okay, let's just say Trae Young is on a better team with more spacing or with better parts. What would his performance look like? Would he shoot better than Zoe overall? What if he would just shoot 38.5% off the dribble, but everything else is like 43%? You know, in context, yes, Zoe is definitely shooting better than them percentage wise, but what is the situation? Does Lonzo take as many threes as Trae Young? Cool. Are they all the same? How do they match up? When Trae Young is being contested from three at a certain spot, how does that compare to Zoe? I would like to see that. If you say they're shooting equal, that's good information to know. So that means you're not losing anything by having Zoe or Trae Young there. But if you tell me Trae Young is a 32% three-point shooter off the dribble, but Zoe is a 23% shooter off the dribble, then guess what? That means when it comes to creating offense, I want Trae Young right there to create the three-point shot. Sorry. That shit matters. Context matters. We have to, as a society, get away from just put the number in his face, put the number in his face, put the number in his face. Like, that's all it's like, put it in his face. I don't want the number to just be put in my face without explanations and context. And I don't want you to give me one number and give me a whole bunch of other numbers and be like, here's data. I don't give a shit that you just give me data. Give me data, give me visual footage of stuff playing out on the court, and give me technically sound reasoning based on, years of coaching and development from the sciences of it, from the actual coaches that coach it. Get me someone like Fred Vincent. Fred Vincent sits there and watches a guy shoot a three-pointer. We could say, oh yeah, well he shoots 35% from three from here. And Fred Vincent might say, well, he shoots that because he contorts his body this way, and the way you could fix that is if you adjust this. This is how we actually use the data to get the players to be better. This is how we make the argument. Because what you're telling me is, okay, is there certain actions we can run to get him into a position where he don't have to do as much of this? Now we're thinking basketball, because now we're taking away the weakness and putting the strength of the player out there to be promoted. Now maybe he goes from shooting some low 30% to being up there in a higher percentage. Now people might say, oh, well, he's actually a good shooter. Well, maybe he was always a good shooter. He just needed a little bit tweaking. But because you want to put your numbers there, you say, stop shooting threes, stop shooting threes, stop shooting threes. Maybe it's not stop shooting threes. Maybe it's let's work on little technical shit contextually. This stuff irritates the fuck out of me. And again, I understand the stats. I don't have an issue with stats in general. I just don't think you should put numbers in my face as raw data and just say this is it. No, this is not it. There's a whole nother world to it. As Max said, stats is a record of events that happen. Okay, cool. Tell me somewhere on these stats where it says Russell Westbrook put up 22 points and showed me every shot that he took. The stats don't show everything. They tell you what was the result. They don't tell you everything that happened up into it, which is why if you sit there, you just post the stats, it don't show you what happened, how he got it. For instance, people are talking about Lonzo Ball versus Trae Young. A lot of people don't realize Lonzo's just been shooting them in people's faces. Now wait a minute. His first couple years, if you was anywhere near his range of face, he wasn't shooting shit. But people don't want to talk about, oh, he's still garbage, he hadn't developed. Look at this shit. If a player could not shoot worth the lick, first of all, percentages is going to support that his result is getting better. But how is his result getting better? Especially if you don't get to see him practice. What has he done? Well, people will say, oh, well, he put it from over here to over here. Is that really what happened? Is that really what happened? Did he just literally just start 1-2 shot? Is that all that he did? No. What was the situation that occurred to make this? Of course, there was the countless hours in practice with Fred Vinson and Brandon Ingram and the others and JJ's tutelage. Those guys need credit for that too. His hard work definitely needs to be pushed to the forefront. But just sitting there and say he did this, it's so lazy. It's so incorrect. And it doesn't accurately assess the value of a player, which is why a lot of times my opinions on players are different because I look for different things. Now, I'm not saying I'm always correct. I could be wrong, and that's fine. I don't mind being wrong, but we can adjust that in the future. What I need is the totality of it all. If you're going to just put numbers in my face, I'm going to tell you to go fuck the hell off. I don't give a damn about the numbers. Tell me what I need to look at. When I point out shit on this channel, it's because I want people to look at it. When I say, okay, Steven Adams, the problem with him with bigs that is stretch fives is he's naturally going to sag back and sag off. When you go watch the games, what are you going to look for, people? You're going to sit there and say, damn, that nigga sagging off on every fucking damn possession. And now you sit there and now you have to think about, okay, what's the problem with the defense here? What's the problem with the defense now? Is it that they're just bad? Okay, they're giving up so many threes. Is part of the reason they're giving up the threes is Steven Adams sagging off? Maybe if he is just not incapable of sagging off, maybe we need to put someone in the rotation that won't sag off or who hasn't been, what's wired to just defend one way. Until we can get Steven Adams to the point where he can actually execute properly. So now we have a way to properly assess a team. Maybe the team ain't bad. Maybe the coach ain't bad. Maybe the players need to be wired a little differently. Maybe that takes time. You got to unlearn habits. But if you just sit there and say they're a bad defensive team, I don't give a fuck that they're just a bad defensive team. Tell me what the fuck the reason is. Maybe they're a bad defensive team because of matchups. Maybe their team is not built for the modern day league and they need to tweak it. And then maybe you make a trade here or there and then all of a sudden the same scheme would work. But now the execution is different because the players fit or can execute it differently. You never know. Actually, you can know if you learn the fucking game and watch it. But when you sit there, you hear me say Steven Adams is sagging, and now you hear AD, Steven Adams is sagging off. Well, guess what? It ain't just me now. You got an analyst, a pro basketball player, ex-pro, telling you the same fucking thing. But all you're going to hear is Pelicans are 29th in defense. They give up the most threes. Why are they giving up the threes? Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless, Colin Coward, Blogger Boys, rich nigga, dumb nigga, stupid nigga, all over the fuck nigga. I don't give a fuck. Why? If you're just gonna put the numbers in my face, fuck you. Give me everything. I'm sorry I ran it. But I had to say this because this shit is getting on my nerves. Look, man, moral of the story. Don't just give me the numbers. Give me everything. Tell me what you see. So now I got to go look. Force me to have to work. Force me to have to go look at the tape. Even if I disagree, give me something to think about so I can be like, maybe they got a point. And now I got to go look. Okay, well, he's right. Well, why is he right? What did his eyes catch that I didn't catch? I'm not going to see everything on the court. There's times I'm looking at players on defense and I miss something else somebody else did. And I'm like, damn it, I missed it. But I can't watch the entire court at once. But some of you might be looking at a different player and you might go say, well, watch this. I saw Zion do this thing on 3 straight plays and it led to this, this, and this. Now I got to go look at that point in the game and say, okay, why is he doing that? Is this the coach? Let me listen to what the coach says. Okay, I get what the coach is saying. Okay, let me go do some research. What does conventional basketball wisdom tell us? Okay, let me go see if other players execute this way and it works. Okay, if it executes with this player, why does it work? Are they just physically better? Are they gifted in a certain way? Do they tweak their scheme a little bit differently? Maybe if we tweak the scheme just a tad bit, maybe it works for everybody. I don't know. Let me go figure. See, now I got to go work. I got to go find the answer. I got to go educate myself. I got to go learn basketball from a different person's lens. Now I'm better. Now I assess the game differently. Now I can sit there and be like, okay, that shit actually is effective. Now, okay, I can see that. I'm like, okay, that person was right. I see it every single time. I see exactly what you're talking about. AD has pointed out stuff that I've sat there thought about, and I was like, okay, that's a very smart assessment. How did he see that? Yes, he played the game, but outside the game, how did he see that? Why is that so? Most of the guys who like to post stats, post his motherfucking stats, will not just give you the meat and the potatoes to the dish. They just want you to have the dessert. And eating only dessert ain't good for you. You need the entire meal. You need all your nutrients. It's your boy Jay Strokes.